Hi, I'm Basil. For all the countless improvements the internet has brought, there were always going to be drawbacks. When the rate of information dissemination grew exponentially, it promised a whole new world of sharing. It even facilitated the much-loved growth of the different platforms of social media. But when data can spread like wildfire, some are bound to get burned. Because information that can cause irreparable damage gain insatiable traction when it gets on the vast web. It just does. The Republic Act 9995, or the Anti-Photo and Video Voyeurism Act of 2009, prohibits the unauthorized taking of photos and videos of people reasonably expecting privacy. It also does not allow the unauthorized spreading of said material without written consent, regardless of whether its capture was allowed. It was authored mainly by Buhay Party List Representative Erwin Tieng. It is essentially a law against voyeurism in the digital age. Put a link in the description so you can read it for yourself. The act of voyeurism itself had always been generally unaccepted. Now, with all the multimedia devices everyone takes around, voyeurism has taken a more sinister form. So let me give you some examples of how the law affects some. I will be remiss if I did not discuss, or even mention, the long list of celebrities, both domestic and foreign, that have been victims of what this law is against. The law was enacted mere months after the notorious spread of Hayden Ko's private videos. It had risen to almost national concern by then. And since, we have been witnessing many others, both men and women, following suit. It can also be seen in the world stage where big names like Jennifer Lawrence and Hulk Hogan have had their intimacies publicized. And if it can happen to them, it can happen to anyone. It can happen to you. According to a number of sources, there's also been a steady increase in the consumption of voyeurism pornography. And proponents are taking the cue and targeting women even in public. Mere typing the word boso in Google will give you a flood of materials that most likely meet the criteria for prosecution using the RA 9995. One of the worst things an ex can do is to spread files that were gathered in mutual confidence. This has been a big issue around the world to the point that it has been linked to suicides, mostly of young people who were disgraced, degraded, or emotionally destroyed by the consequences. You must remember, though, that what people do in their intimate spaces are mostly outside the public's concern, and the victims should never be blamed, ever. So what has been done and what is being done about this now? Well, there have been a number of prominent cases circulating the net. Though arguably more can be done in support of enforcing this law, the better step, maybe, is to advocate against the voyeurism culture. I mean, we should not even have to need the law to tell us this is wrong. Consent will always be one of the cornerstones of intimacy. Thanks for watching.